may interview yung mga American News channel, TV channel. O di ba? Mga kababayan kahanga-hanga. Ito po ay isang unfolding prophecy tulad ng sinabi natin kanina. Yung China pala, mga kababayan, nag-attempt din. Yan report ng South China Morning Post. A flight anomaly has delayed ambitions for the Tianlong 3 to start delivering satellite for Chinese mega constellations. China launches heavyweight rocket to challenge SpaceX Falcon 9. It fails. Piki kasi yung mga made in China. Hello po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. I-update ko kayo ng pagpalipad ng Amerika ng NASA ng Artemis 2. Right now, papunta na sila sa buwan, mga kababayan. So makikita ninyo kung gaano kagaling ng Amerika unparalleled siya sa advances sa technology and military power, mga kababayan. Kasi yung Amerika is blessed because of its support, mga kababayan, sa Israel. Alam ba ninyo na gano'n kung bakit ang Amerika powerful country? And this mission, mga kababayan, ay parte siya ng unfolding prophecy, one of the signs of the near second coming ng ating Panginoong Hesukristo on earth. As prophesied by Daniel, mga kababayan, that knowledge shall increase. O, di ba? Mamaya ibigay ko sa inyo yung mga detalye. Pero ibigay ko na muna sa inyo kung nasaan na ang mga astronauts na sakay ng Artemis 2. Ito na sila, mga kababayan, heading towards the moon. Yan Watch Artemis 2 astronauts take questions on their way toward the moon. This is a great leap for humanity after yung Apollo 11. Ito yung Apollo 11, mga kababayan. Sina Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin. Ito si Armstrong. Ito si Michael Collins and si Edwin Aldrin, mga kababayan, ni 1969. Apollo 11 mission. Landed on the moon. Pero itong Artemis 2, mga kababayan, iikot lang sila hindi siya lalanding sa buwan. 3 yung mga astronauts sa Apollo 11. Ngayon naman sa Artemis 2, 4, isa dito Canadian. Ito Canadian po ito. May bandera ng Canada. Ito lahat ito Americans. May isang black and first woman astronaut na kasama sa moon mission, mga kababayan. Sabi dito sa balita, Artemis 2 test flight will be NASA's first mission with a crew under Artemis. Astronauts on the first flight aboard NASA's Orion spacecraft will confirm all of the spacecraft system operate as designed with crew aboard in the actual environment of deep space. The Artemis astronauts are NASA's Reid Wiseman, Victor Clover, and Christina Koch, and NSA Canadian Space Agency astronaut na si Jeremy Hansen. Yan. First Canadian din siya, mga kababayan, itong si Hansen. So, nakakabilib, nakakahanga. Our new heroes of humanity, mga kababayan. Na-interview sila, mga kababayan, habang nasa spacecraft. Na-interview, mga kababayan, ng ABC Anchor, ABC News. So ito yung live coverage, mga kababayan, ng NASA. Live ito NASA, mga kababayan. So makikita ninyo ang wonders of technology, technological advancement ng Amerika. Talagang nakakabilib. Parang pelikula lang, oh. Di ba? Yan siya. Deep space. Ayan, oh. Live siya, mga kababayan, sa NASA. Yan, oh. Live. Minomonitor, mga kababayan, yung location ng spacecraft Artemis. Di ba kahanga-hanga yung achievement ng mankind, ng mga tao? Yan sila. Oh.
Here's a view of the entire flight control team that has been supporting during this Orbit 2 shift.
Ang nakamonitor po sa live coverage ng NASA, 14,000 watching now. 43,000 yung nakamonitor.
Over 64,000 miles away from Earth.
61,000 miles away from Earth, mga kababayan. 44,000, no? Live coverage siya ng NASA mismo.
Following the translunar injection burn, which was 5 minutes and 50 seconds long, Orion is well on its way to the moon. That translunar injection burn also serves as the deorbit burn.
Ayan, parang nasa loob din tayo ng NASA, ano? Yung opisina nila. Di ba? On the way to the moon na sila.
Around the planet who's worked to make Artemis possible, that we firmly felt the power of your perseverance during every second of that burn. Humanity has
Umikot muna sila sa orbit ng ano.
and it's your hopes for the
Umikot
future
muna sila sa mundo.
journey around the moon.
Tapos tinest nila for 24 hours kung okay. Walang problema yung spacecraft before heading to the moon. Ganun ang ginawa nila, mga kababayan. Live view.
Earth, our home planet. We are now 18,500 miles away from Earth. When we conducted that translunar injection burn, coming up on about 2 hours ago.
So yan, mga kababayan, ang 10-day mission ng Artemis 2. 10 days, 685,000 mile trip around the moon. So iikot siya. Ayan, papunta doon. Tapos yung pabalik na, return. So umikot muna kahapon, 24 hours after ng launch, mga kababayan, sa Earth. Tinitest muna nila kung functioning ang lahat sa loob ng sa loob ng Orion, yung spacecraft nila. Then before na tumuloy-tuloy, dumiretso sa buwan. So heading towards the moon right now, mga kababayan, yung Artemis. Sabi dito sa Celestial Insights, basahin natin ito para NASA's Artemis 2 mission is now underway on a 10-day, 685,000 miles journey around the moon. After a successful launch, 4 astronauts are traveling far beyond low Earth orbit, marking the first time in more than 50 years that humans have taken this kind of deep space path. The mission focuses on testing critical systems muna with a crew on board. Tinangalan yung spacecraft sa constellation Orion, mga kababayan. So sabi dito, Orion's life support, navigation, and communication systems are being evaluated in the harsh conditions of deep space, where reliability is essential for future missions. This trajectory is designed to push the spacecraft to its limits and build confidence for future lunar landings. Artemis 2 represents a key step toward sustained exploration of the moon in preparation for missions beyond. So ito si Christina Cox will become the first woman in history to travel to the moon on NASA's Artemis 2 mission. Napakagaling. So sabi dito, Artemis 2 Orion has left Earth's orbit and now is heading towards heading to the moon after day 1, 6 hours covered. Umikot muna sa orbit ng mundo, pagkatapos diretso na papuntang buwan. Velocity 7,196 mph or 11,580 kilometers per hour. Ang distance ngayon, mga kababayan, around 37,000 to or 59,600 kilometers from the Earth ang distance. Yung moon, distance to the moon niya, right now, 207,138 miles or 333,000 kilometers. O ngayon, kausap ng ABC News, mga kababayan, yung mga astronauts. Pakinggan natin yung pag-uusap nila. Na-interview, mga kababayan, yan o. Ito siya, mga kababayan. Pakinggan natin.
Integrity, this is Gio Benitez at ABC News. How do you hear me?
Di ba?
Outstanding. We have you loud and clear. How about us?
Loud and clear.
I hear you loud and clear, and I truly cannot believe it. You are quite literally on the way to the moon right now and still speaking with us. Tell me, how do you feel? What's going through your mind? I mean, this must be so incredible because have you allowed the weight of the moment to really fit in here? Have you allowed that to happen?
Kanga-anga po.
You allowed that to happen?
Well, first and foremost, we all wanted to give a shout out to our families first because we are pretty far from Earth and we have not gotten to say hi to them yet. But there was a moment
Live
about
siya
an
sa
hour
NASA
ago
po.
where Mission Control Houston reoriented our spacecraft as the sun was setting behind the Earth. And I don't know what we all expected to see at that moment, but you could see the entire globe from pole to pole. You could see Africa, Europe, and if you looked really close, you could see the northern lights. It was the most spectacular moment, and it paused all four of us in our tracks.
What has been most surprising to you about this so far?
If your belly looks like
One of
May
the things that
pumasok na
surprised all of
komersyal.
us is when those solid rocket boosters actually lit and we left the pad. It was just a moment of disbelief, and yeah, the fact that we launched, it just totally takes you by surprise, even though you're expecting it, at least for me anyway. And I just had a huge smile across my face.
Did it feel different? Because I can imagine that's such a powerful rocket that must have felt different for you.
One of the biggest surprises was how smooth riding those solids was. We all expected a really just dynamic ride, a lot of motion. We were prepared to potentially not being able to see telemetry, to maybe even not being able to, touch switches, and it was very smooth. It was a definite difference when they separated and we were just on the main engines, but just a steady rumble and a great ride.
What do you want to tell Americans here at home who are watching this right now? They're quite amazed at the fact that you are speaking to us on the way to the moon right now. What do you want to tell them about this particular mission and why it's so important?
Naka-off microphone.
First and foremost, I would just like to say thank you. Your support and trust in us has enabled this, and so many people that have worked for so long to make this possible. But also, we're just getting started. We've worked really hard, and even though we were a little surprised to actually launch yesterday, we have a lot of mission left ahead of us. And so I really want to tell them, stay tuned and keep tabs on what's going on. NASA's doing a great job of communicating all the things to come.
I can't even tell you how many cheers were there on the ground. I was there watching you all lift off from the Kennedy Space Center, and everyone was so excited, so happy, and that was just incredible. Jeremy, I know this is your first time in space, and you're surrounded by all of these space vets. What's it been like for you that this is your first mission there?
There has been a tremendous amount of disbelief for me. It's just so extraordinary. I just kept saying to them yesterday, like, I really
Parang
like it up here.
panaginip lang. Matindi.
I wish I could have got here sooner. It's just such a tremendous
Part of
place to be.
history.
The views are extraordinary. It's really fun to be floating around, and it just makes me feel like a little kid.
I heard that there was a little bit of an issue with the toilet. Which one of you was the plumber?
I'll take that one. I'm the space plumber. I'm proud to call myself the space plumber. I like to say that it is probably the most important piece of equipment on board. So we were all breathing a sigh of relief when it turned out to be just fine. It was just an issue, I think, of sitting for a long time and needing a little time to warm up, a priming issue. But we did originally think that there could have been potentially something fouling up the motor. And luckily, we are all systems go.
Oh, well, I'm sure I could see the faces right there. Y'all are very happy about that. I see that you're very cozy in there. It's tight quarters, but it was also a little chilly, I heard.
It is quite cold, and we're wishing we had the lower temperature sleeping bags with us. But right before this PAO event started, I pulled my knit cap off, and I'm ready to put it back on. But Houston's been working with us to change fan speeds and temperature set points, and we've actually been able to warm it up a lot better in the last half a day or so. Our last nap before TLI, we got a lot more comfortable.
Well, that's a really interesting question. How is it that you take a nap in there? What does sleeping even look like?
Well, let's see. So we've been off the planet for, about 30 hours now, and we've had 2 very short naps. We actually just gathered for our first meal together in space. That is how busy we have been the last day and a half. It has been really an amazing beginning flight plan. But sleeping here is it's actually sort of comical. Christina has been sleeping heads down in the middle of the vehicle, kind of like a bat suspended from our docking tunnel. Victor's been up where Jeremy is right now. He's got a nice little nook wedged in there. And then Jeremy has been stretched out on seat 1, and I've been sleeping under the displays just in case anything goes wrong. It's more comfortable than you would think, and it's nice. It's nice to sleep in weightlessness again. Every time I was dozing off last night, I had that image that I was tripping off a curb and I was waking myself up. So my body's getting reacclimated. It's been a few years since I've been up here.
I've heard it's the best sleep up in space. Do you feel the weight of history knowing that you're going to be traveling farther than any other human?
This robot.
You know, it's a remarkable thing. You would think it would be weighty, but we just feel like we're lifted up by the team that supports us, and you just sort of execute the plan. A lot of people telling us how to work this and manage this vehicle, and a lot of great training, and you just kind of go step by step, which I think is pretty remarkable what this team can do, and it really highlights their excellence.
And I think I just want to add, we just got done our translunar injection burn, and it was pretty tense moments there. For a second, and when we got done that burn, we just kind of looked at each other as a crew. We have been to the moon before in 1968 through 1972. It's been a long time since we've been back, and I got to tell you, there is nothing normal about this. Sending 4 humans 250,000 miles away is a Herculean effort, and we are now just realizing the gravity of that.
Yeah, nothing normal about this. What are you most excited about once you get to the moon?
Having just experienced incredible views of planet Earth and seeing the entire planet out the window in one pane, knowing that we're about to have some similar views of the moon in that same way is definitely getting me more excited for it. I knew that is what we would see, but there's nothing that prepares you for the breathtaking aspect of seeing your home planet both lit up bright as day, and also the moon glow on it at night with the beautiful beam of the sunset. and knowing that we're going to get similar views of the moon, I'm really excited for that. And then, of course, heading home. Right now, we're in our cruise phase outbound, but we'll be turning our sights back on our home planet shortly. Shorter, probably, it's going to fly by, but we're just excited for both of those milestones.
As you all know, there is so much division at home right now. What is it that you're feeling, and what message do you want to send to the American people about what you're seeing out that window?
Well, the first thing I would say is trust us. You look amazing. You look beautiful. And from up here, you also look like one thing. You know, Homo sapiens is all of us, no matter where you're from or you know, what you look like. We're all one people. And so, you know, this mission, one of the things that's amazing about being around and just being an astronaut, you know, serving our countries at this time is that we get to give ourselves a mission that we can hold on to say, hey, look at what we did for the rest of our lives. You know, we call amazing things that humans do moonshots for a reason, because this brought us together and showed us what we can do when we put, not just putting our differences aside, when we bring our differences together and use all the strengths to accomplish something great. And so this mission will give us one of those that we all can remember and hold on to for the rest of our days. And I hope people will tune in and give us a chance.
Integrity, what an honor to speak with you. Thank you so much.
And Tegar, that concludes the ABC News portion of the event. Please stand by for a voice check from Fox News.
Yun yung interview, mga kababayan ng ABC. Sunod yung Fox News. May interview yung mga American News channel, TV channel. O di ba, mga kababayan kahanga-hanga. Ito po ay isang unfolding prophecy tulad ng sinabi natin kanina. Yung China pala, mga kababayan, nag-attempt din. Yan report ng South China Morning Post. A flight anomaly has delayed ambitions for the Tianlong 3 to start delivering satellite for Chinese mega constellations. China launches heavyweight rocket to challenge SpaceX Falcon 9. It fails. Piki kasi yung mga made in China. Di ba? Kaya huwag kayo naniniwala sa technological advances ng China. Fake po. Yung mga ginawang armas, sinupply sa Iran, hindi paso. Wala pang makakapantay sa Amerika, because America is a blessed country siya. Kasi that's the promise for any country. Number one protector po ang Amerika ng Israel. Yun ang promise ng Diyos sa Israel. Yan po. The primary Bible verse regarding blessing Israel is in Genesis 12 verse 3. Where God tells Abraham, I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you, I will curse. May sumpa po, yung mag-dishonor, mambabastos, lalaban sa Israel, mga kababayan. May curse. This promise which extends to Abraham's descendants, Israel, means God favors those who favor them. In Numbers 24 verse 9 also reiterates this. Whoever blesses Israel will be blessed, and whoever curses Israel will be cursed. So yun ang significance nito. This promise is considered a lasting covenant that extends from Abraham to Isaac, Jacob, renamed Israel, in the nation of Israel, and is still believed to be in effect until today. Until today, mga kababayan. Kaya lagi kong sinasabi, ipanalangin natin ang katahimikan sa Israel. Kaya yung mga lumalaban sa Israel, mga kababayan, isinusumpa. Tingnan ninyo ang nangyari ngayon sa Iran. O di ba? At tingnan ninyo ang Amerika, mga kababayan ngayon. America is blessed because, siya ang number one defender, protector ng ng Israel. Kaya kahit nag-attempt yung Iran to assassinate Trump, nag-survive si Trump. May purpose ang Diyos kung bakit. Nakita ninyo mga kababayan? Kaya we are on the right side of history. Hindi man natin inaaway siyempre yung Iran. Kausap nga mga kababayan, yung foreign minister, pinagbigyan tayo. Wala man tayong bansa na inaaway para dumaan yung ating mga petroleum na binibili sa Strait of Hormuz. Pinagbigyan tayo ng Iranian government, mga kababayan. Pero wag nating aawayin yung Israel po. Kasi Israel is the apple of God's eye, mga kababayan. A blessed country, the promised land. Diyan po mga kababayan sa Israel. Magro-rule yung ating Panginoon sa millennium reign of our Lord Jesus Christ sa kanyang malapit ng pagbabalik. At itong advances in technology by mankind, mga kababayan, parte siya sa mga signs of His near second coming on earth, mga kababayan. Alam ba ninyong ganon? As prophesied by Daniel, that knowledge shall increase. Yan po. Sabi sa Daniel, Daniel 12 verse 4, But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Kita ninyo? Many shall run to and fro, in knowledge shall be increased. Sa Daniel 12 verse 4, this prophecy signifies that in the final days, trouble will increase tulad ng nangyayari ngayon. And more importantly, human understanding and knowledge will rapidly grow. Kita na ninyo mga kababayan ang exponential increase in knowledge beginning in 1900. Di ba? Kailan unang nakalapag sa buwan? 1969 lang. Yung tao. Nung World War I, may mga eroplano na rin pero mga obsolete. Di ba? Kailan lang mga kababayan na imbento yung mga eroplano na nagbigay daan sa mabilis na pagta-travel ng tao. Di ba? Noon po ang gamit po kabayo, kalabaw, kalesa, kahit dito sa Pilipinas, paano ng mga Kastila? Kalesa. World War II, may mga sasakyan na rin, mga kababayan. World War I, may eroplano na. World War II, mga tura-tura. Di ba? Pero ngayon, matindi ang mga eroplano ang bibilis. Yung mga bombers ng Amerika. And the space exploration po. Beginning in the 1950s. In 1969, mga kababayan, comes America, landed on the moon. 1969, na ulit ngayon, mga kababayan. With America again. Yung Russia po, nawala na yung space mission nila. Yung kanilang Mir spacecraft, pinababa na po. Mayroon tayo International Space Station. You see? So makikita natin, mga kababayan, yung NASA ng Amerika. The advances of technology as America is blessed. A blessed country, mga kababayan, for blessing and protecting Israel as promised in the Word of God. In the increase of knowledge, mga kababayan, as prophesied by Daniel. Ayan nasabi dyan. Key aspects of the prophecy sa Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. Shut up the words and seal the book. Daniel was instructed to keep this specific prophecy hidden or secure until it was needed in the future. The time of the end. This indicates the prophecy refers to the period just before the return of Jesus Christ. Run to and fro. This phrase implies increased movement, worldwide travel. Tingnan niyo yung increase in travel, mga kababayan, sa buong mundo. Ngayon, kausap mo pa lang, mamaya nandun na sa Amerika. And this time, nakita ninyo, hindi lang sa buong mundo, sa mga bansa sa buong mundo ang may increase in travel, is pati space travel, an indication of the fulfillment of prophecy, advances in knowledge, that knowledge shall increase before the end, mga kababayan. So yung phrase that knowledge shall increase, this is widely, by the way, ito pala, worldwide travel and perhaps a relentless in seeking knowledge. Knowledge shall increase. This is widely interpreted as an exponential growth in technology, scientific advancements, and technological ability, as well as a deeper understanding of biblical prophecy itself in the modern era. Ngayon yan nangyayari, kita ninyo, pati yung communication po. You can talk to anyone instantaneously through your cell phone. Na hindi siya possible, mga kababayan, 20 years ago. Di ba? Mga kababayan, kailan lang na nagkaroon tayo ng mga cellphones na may camera at dati PLDT yung gamit natin, long distance. Di ba? Noong panahon, telegrama. Ngayon text. At live call. Pwede kang tumawag sa iyong sa iyong mahal sa buhay na nasa ibang bansa, live. This is a proof ng advances ng technology. As prophesied by Daniel, to come before the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. So all of these are unfolding prophecy before our very eyes, mga kababayan. Pati itong pagpalipad, mga kababayan, ng Artemis 2 as proof of advances in our technology. Ganun pala yan, Mr. Maravillas. Ganun po yun. Kaya lagi kayo magbabasa sa Bible. Kasi malalaman ninyo sa Bible yung past, present, and future. And this is the future, mga kababayan, na ating pinag-usapan ngayon. Okay po? Di mabuhay ang Amerika. At ipanalangin natin ang katahimikan sa Israel. Sana matapos na po yung giyera. Pero Mr. Maravillas, di ba sabi sa prophecy, there will be wars and rumors of wars? Kahit na po, ipanalangin pa rin natin ang katahimikan. Di ba? Ayun lang po, mga kababayan. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.